Good morning, folks. Welcome aboard the Hot Mess Express. It is Friday, November 25th, operating from a makeshift studio somewhere in North Carolina. What's up, James Driscoll? What's up, John? If I could get a little audio check before we get going. I've got I'm mic'd up over here. I don't have access. This is old school, throwing it back with the old school layout, the old school intro. The old school audio. Let me know if you can hear me. What's up, BSEC? Good to see you. Good morning, Cyber Munchkin. Guys, welcome. It's episode number 248 of the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Briefing. I'm your host, Dr. Gerald Auger, and over the next 45 minutes, I'll be delivering the top cybersecurity news stories of the day and providing my expert analysis on each of those stories, on what it means to you as a practitioner, especially if you're having to work today, the day after U.S. Thanksgiving. Or if you're looking to break into the industry, we've got you covered. But before I get into that, I am going to take a good slug off my coffee because I'm still recovering from the pantsing that my New England Patriots suffered last night on the late night NFL game. Before we get into it, I do want to share with you the stream sponsors, because even in a makeshift studio, we get it done. What's up, Sierra Doyle? How you doing? That's unfortunate. Good morning. Don't forget to hit the like button. Hey, Alfredo, good to see you. Tracy Osborne, good morning. Good morning. Hey, Samuel. Guys, let me do this really quickly. Want to give some love to Barricade Cyber Solutions. Barricade Cyber Solutions is dedicated to helping businesses from cyber attacks and recover from the damage done. Cyber attacks can cause massive issues for businesses and send dedicated, hardworking business owners into turmoil. But Barricade Cyber Solutions knows how to mitigate the damage done by cyber incidents. Check them out at barricadecyber.com. I do want to point out, if you guys don't know this, you can go to on their website, you can go and just scroll down and get a meeting with Eric. Guys, this isn't even like a joke. Like normally during the holidays, especially like right now, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, most organizations, the senior people take the days off because it's their holidays and they want those days. And junior analysts, skeleton crews are left to man or woman the operations. And threat actors know this, and they will go after you on those days. So now more than ever is a good time to just set up a meeting with Eric Taylor and just have a conversation about, hey, if we got popped on Christmas Eve, what would that look like, right? So something to give consideration for. I will check out chat in just a minute. I want to say shout out and thanks to Recon InfoSec also. I do love both of these companies and appreciate the support. Recon InfoSec's managed detection and response offering, their MDR, if you've heard that term before, it includes the people, process, and technology needed to deliver full spectrum SecOps to organizations of any size. That means like a 15-person company, a 50-person company, a 5,000-person company. It scales. MDR is very, very scalable. Their MDR service includes fully managed SIM and SOAR, and customers gain full visibility into their own environment, as well as any incident investigations being worked by the Recon InfoSec SOC team. Guys, if you need help, like seriously, if you need real information security help, like if hope is currently your strategy, you may want to consider getting up with Recon InfoSec and just having a conversation with them about what it would look. You basically get time-shared security operations staff who don't just throw alerts over the fence back to you, but they actually work incidents and handle, triaging, alert false positives, your EDR solutions and stuff like that. So Recon InfoSec is really cool. I want to remind you, if you hold professional certifications that require CPEs, each episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief is worth half a CPE, so it stacks 2.5 a week, 10 a month. Only 2 this week because rarely. Yesterday was not an episode on Thanksgiving. Had to give a day to myself there and to my family, but it stacks. Be sure to say what's up in chat. I see BSEC. I see 50 of us here on a Friday morning following Thanksgiving. Hey, Marcus Miller, Liam, good to see you. Guys, just say what's up, and you can track your CPEs and get close to 40 a quarter. And basically, most certifications require 120 every 3 years, so 40 a year. I'm telling you, with Simply Cyber's daily cyber threat briefing, you can absolutely destroy any CPE requirements. And by the way, if you haven't had a cert for a long time or you haven't got one yet, believe me, CPEs suck. They're annoying. You usually wait till the end of like your cert's about to expire and you're like, oh my God, and then you have to watch a bunch of webinars that you don't care about. I'm telling you, doing it this way is far better. Trust me, trust me, trust me. All right, if you're here live, love it. Thank you so much. I see 58 of you. I'm really surprised. I wasn't sure what kind of audience we'd get today. Many of us have the day off. You know, a lot of us are sleeping in on the day after big turkey meals and big football, but I do appreciate all of you being here, 62 of you as of right now. We are going to make this work. If you're watching on replay, thanks for catching the stream. Again, please grant me some grace. I'm sure there's some echo with my audio. You know, I took a picture and posted it on Discord of the Hot Mess Express, which is what I'm calling this remote studio right now. I've got some key lighting over here. I've got my Rode mic, so hopefully the audio is good. Hopefully the video is good. I want to give a shout out to Base Case, who had this flag made. I haven't had a chance to preview it for you all in the past, but now I can because it makes sense, so love it. Audio's decent. Okay, so hey, before we get into the news, oh, by the way, you're in for a real treat too, because there is no CISO series podcast today. So I've got maybe, 7 or 8 stories that I've curated. I have not looked at them in advance, okay? And I'm going to be reading them as the podcaster and then responding as Jerry. So we'll see how it goes. Hey, Mark Lester, good to see you. Hey, Pamela. Yeah, exactly. What day's off? Hey, Doris, good to see you. I'm glad the audio is good, guys. Running discounts. Yeah, we've got a couple discounts, guys. If you didn't know, TCM Security is running 50% off all their stuff, including the GRC course, which is Give Thanks is the coupon code. I'm an affiliate, but I don't have access to the affiliate code, so just go to TCM Security directly if you want to get the discounts. Simply Cyber. I'll show you this really quickly, and I'll show it during the mid-roll. But like right now, today only, it's a Black Friday special. So if you want like Simply Cyber shirt or Team Replay or hat, whatever. If you have been wanting some of the Simply Cyber gear, it's 35% off today. I've said it on the show. You may not know this. I don't control the sales and the pricing of the shirt and merch stuff. Like it's basically a company that handles that, and I just upload logos and get it. So when I find out that they're running specials, I share it with you. So that'll be good. We are going to have a good time today. I'm playing a little bit of music, but I don't think that's really the important part. Plus my my computer sounds like it's about to take off. The way the fans are going, it sounds like a drone that's spun up. I have not added a zip up hoodie, but George, I'll make you a deal, George. I will go in right after this stream concludes, and I will add a zip-up hoodie if there is an option for one, and then I'll post it on the Discord server, if that's fair. Hey, Joel Belton, good to see you. Good morning. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you do celebrate Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving, or even if you just take time to be with those you love, and just take a moment to reflect, I hope you did. I got to spend some time with my aunt and uncle, who are very important to me, very influential in my life, helped me through some tough stuff. My boys are here with me, my family's with me. So yeah, I hope, cheers to everybody. This isn't my first rodeo, so I definitely doubled up on the coffee. All right. All right, guys, wish me luck. Here we go. Mods, because I don't have extra monitors, everything's happening on my display, my computer display. I do have my, I do have Discord up on my phone. Oh my God, phone. I've got mod chat up on my phone in case something goes totally sideways, as we're prone to do when we're operating loose and fast. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Let's get ready. Let's get into the stream. I don't even know what to do with this. Okay. Here, let's get into the stream. I have no idea how this is gonna go. All right. Today is November 25th. This is the news. Microsoft says attackers are hacking energy grids by exploiting decades-old software. Microsoft has warned that malicious hackers are exploiting a discontinued web server found in common Internet of Things devices to target organizations in the energy sector. In an analysis published on Tuesday, Microsoft researchers said they discovered vulnerable open source component in the BOA web server, which is still widely used in a range of routers and security cameras, as well as popular SDKs, despite the software's retirement in 2005. Microsoft said it's identified 1 million internet-exposed BOA server components globally over the span of a 1-week period. All right, so here's the deal with that, guys. This BOA story has been happening all week. It was all week last week. And I was like mocking it. Remember, this BOA web server went end of life in 2015, and I like lost my mind about, oh, by the way, the sound effects are going to be manual. The sound effects are going to be manual today. Today's a special episode. So I flipped out and lost my mind about this BOA web server, because who is running end of life software that went end of life 7 years ago, right? I mean, it's one thing if it's like going end of life, like Windows 7 or something like that, and you're like, we got 15,000 of these in our fleet. Like, let's just push the fold a little bit. These BOA web servers, now it's coming out that they're in IoT devices, which isn't surprising, because if you think about an IoT device, typically there's some like web administration panel that you need to log into to configure it. A lot of people don't think about that, but these IoT devices need some way to administer them. And like Carl isn't going to like plug in a console and like terminal into an IoT device, right? They want it to be wicked easy, wicked simple for any user to be able to administer. So they've got these web server panels, and unfortunately you can't actually turn those web server services off quite easily because they're designed not to be. So I totally get it. I totally get it now if that is where those web servers are appearing. A couple things though. One, you should know, you should be able to scan your environment using a vulnerability scanner. Or an Nmap. Like, you don't need a fancy vuln scanner to scan your environment and find these damn web servers, right? And then find out if you're exposed. The fact that Microsoft is able to say that, I think they said something like there's 1 million or 8 million, definitely over 1 million of these internet-facing vulnerable web servers still, as of the publishing of this, is gross. So all I can say is, oh, hold on. Shot me a, hold on. Oh, okay. All right, thanks. Excuse me, music level's down. Here, I'm gonna do this, put my phone here. Okay, here's the TLDR, right? At this point, all you can do is protect yourself. So please take a minute, scan your environment, and by the way, sorry guys about the music. We're trying. Scan your own environment. Make sure you're not running these stupid BOA web servers, and have a good day. You know what I mean? So, and thanks for the heads up on the audio. I can't really hear it myself, so that's the deal. All right, next story. Fake MSI Afterburner targets Windows gamers with miners, info stealers. Oh wait, hold on. Where's the story guy? Where's the story guy? There we go. Oh, bruh. Okay, come on. All right, here we go. Excuse me. Windows gamers and power users are being targeted by fake MSI Afterburner download portals to infect users with cryptocurrency miners and the Redline info stealing malware. The MSI Afterburner is a GPU utility that allows you to configure overclocking, create fan profiles, perform video capture, and monitor your installed graphic card's temp. While created by MSI, the utility can be used by users of almost all graphic cards. Where's the interesting part? The tool's popularity has made it a good target for threat actors who are looking to target Windows users to hijack the machines. 50 websites impersonating the official MSI Afterburner site have appeared online pushing XMR miners. Okay, here's the deal. All right, and then typo squatting domains, MSI-Afterburner.download. Okay, so this is actually a really good site. Okay, be mindful of this, guys, because especially with the holidays coming up, if you know, people are getting new hardware, new computers, new GPUs. So this is pretty, where's my coffee? This is actually pretty clever. Good morning, James Utakudo. Guys, what's MSI? Okay, so it looks like when I saw MSI, I was actually thinking it was a Windows executable, but it's basically a company, MSI, right? So here's the deal. A couple things. One, with graphic cards, modern computers, you can run the main CPU for processing and stuff like that, but because graphics are intense, thank you, Microsoft Software Installer, that's what I thought it was. The way that they draw it in the picture, it looks like it's a, see how it says MSI, like it's the brand? So I was thinking it was a Windows installer as well, but maybe it's both, right? Anyways, here's the deal. You can buy GPUs, which do just graphic and high intense, very specific type math. NVIDIA's got a whole range of them, the GeForces, right? So out the door, they're configured to do okay, but you can tweak them, you can modify them, and you know, it's like anything else. It's like if you're into cars, people will mod them and get more horsepower and stuff like that. Different fan profiles to make it quieter, all this crap. Here's the thing, those GPUs are also quite powerful for crypto mining, and actually last year, 2 years ago, during the whole crypto boom, before people realized it was a freaking scam, you couldn't buy GPUs easily, right? Because everybody was hoarding them in order to do crypto mining. Now, this is actually quite clever. People get these graphics cards, they want to see what's going on, especially if they're younger, right? I'm not saying all young people get the graphics cards. I have one myself, but and I'm certainly not young, right? So, but they're like, oh, let me optimize the crap out of this thing. Let me go. Now, these fake websites that are hosting malicious versions of the software are, you know, pretty good named as far as like criminals go. They got these MSI-Afterburner-download.site, MSI-Afterburner-download.site, right? Like all of these sites look totally credible. And if you didn't know, if you're like Carl, right? If you're Carl, then like you're like, oh, just give me this thing. And it probably does launch, it probably does do something. But as they told you in the story, they're installing Redline Info Stealer, which is like super commodity malware. It's a very, very popular info stealer right now. So it steals creds, it steals wallets, it steals Discord tokens and session tokens and stuff like that. So you definitely don't want Redline Info Stealer on your machine. And on top of it, because it is a graphics card, because it can do crypto mining quite well, they're crypto mining on your device too. So you literally download this software in order to optimize performance of your graphics card, and actually you're throttling the crap out of it because you're turned into a crypto miner bot, right? So be mindful. All I would say is, I wish that we had seen this story before Thanksgiving dinner, because this is one to share with your non-cyber family members. Like I feel like my Aunt Kathy isn't getting like an NVIDIA GeForce, graphics card, but my cousin Gerald might, you know what I mean? So it's definitely make people mindful. Exactly. Oh, okay. So yeah, XMR crypto mining. Ding! I'm a crypto evangelist. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. We are doing, guys, if you just got here, we are doing all the sound effects manually. I am doing the podcast completely manually. I'm in the, I don't know what this is, the Hot Mess Express studio. So we're doing what we can with what we got, okay? UK police arrest 142 in global crackdown on iSpoof phone spoofing service. Woo, woo. A coordinated law enforcement effort has dismantled an online phone number spoofing service called iSpoof and arrested 142 individuals linked to the operation. The websites iSpoof.me and iSpoof.cc allowed criminals to impersonate trusted corporations or contacts to access sensitive information from victims. Among the 142 people arrested is the administrator of the website who has apprehended in the UK. Well, what's the actual impact here, buddy? The ultimate objective behind the social engineering scheme was to trick victims into revealing sensitive, personal, or financial information or transferring significant amounts of money for financial gain. Okay. Okay, so obviously, first of all, right? First of all, whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police. Okay, so way to go, Europol. You guys know that I've got like a double-fisted situation for international law enforcement cracking down on cyber criminals. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so guys, I don't know what stories are coming up. I literally just was like click, 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 click. Okay, yeah, thank you, Cyberwigum. Good morning, Kimberly. Good to see you. So I don't know if Liam's asking this, but this is definitely a good question to ask. So spoofing, what is spoofing? Why would you do it? What are these criminals up to? Okay, so spoofing is a pretty common term in the industry, so definitely remember it. It is where you appear to be coming from somewhere or appear as something that is not. Typically with phones, that's where we see spoofing quite often. Phone numbers, like if you get a call and it says it's like, you know, your mother calling or whatever, and you pick it up and you're like, Mom, you okay? And it's a criminal and they're like, hello, this is your mother, please transfer $4,000, right? Like obviously you're not gonna fall for that, but you can make a phone number look like anything. Now, you might be asking, why on earth is spoofing even legal? Like, why are we doing this? I worked in healthcare for a very long time. There is completely legitimate use cases for spoofing. For example, it's the weekend. You went in for surgery on Friday and your doctor really cares about you and wants to check in and just make sure that, you know, there aren't any complications, right? Totally don't need to, but the doctor is a good doctor and she's like, hey, I'm just gonna call Jerry and find out, you know, how Jerry's feeling, okay? So doctor calls me, my phone rings, and the phone number it isn't the doctor's personal cell phone, even though they're calling from their personal cell phone. It says, you know, like Medical University of South Carolina front desk. And I'm like, oh, I just had surgery yesterday. This is the hospital calling. Hello, this is Jerry. And it's the doctor. They're like, what's up? This is Dr. Sally. I just wanted to check how you're feeling. Oh, I'm feeling great. Thanks so much. Now, the doctor doesn't expose their personal cell number because you can imagine if I was like super needy, I just keep blowing up the doctor's personal cell all weekend because like, oh, like, you know, I stubbed my toe. Oh, I skinned my knee. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I'm tired. Like, you see what I'm saying? So there's a real legitimate use case for spoofing. Now, having said that, obviously criminals suck. And what they do is they make it look like they're Capital One. They make it look like they're the bank. They make it look like they're law enforcement, courthouses. Hey, this is Jerry from the courthouse. You missed your jury date. We're gonna send police over to arrest you, unless you want to pay $500 in Best Buy gift cards. We're running a program right now for Black Friday where you can get out of jury duty for $500 Best Buy gift cards. Go. You see what I'm saying? So it's this criminal organization actually was set up to, it almost was like a service for criminals, right? So they were selling spoofing services. I'm a criminal. I use them to hook me up, and Interpol or Europol took them out. Yeah, okay, exactly. Yeah, so anyway, so that's the story. Way to go. Throw your Chief Wiggums in chat if you can. BSEC brings up a point. Now they have technology. We have the sense of putting calling apps on your device. You don't need to spoof. Exactly. I mean, there's all sorts of more modern technology, especially with COVID and remote workforce and telehealth. Everything kind of throttled up wicked fast. But if you've ever gotten a spoof call, I mean, guys, I don't even answer my phone if the number isn't recognized. Like, as far as I'm concerned, leave a voicemail and maybe I'll check it, and probably not. There's better ways to get a hold of me. But yeah. All right, guys, I'm thrilled. 93 of you in here today. Thanks so much for spending your Friday morning with me. This is the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Briefing, the Hot Mess Express version. It happens once or twice a year. Interpol, oh, another one. Interpol seized $130 million from cyber criminals in global Haichi 3 crackdown operation, which I will be referring to as Hihachi for the remainder of this story. Interpol on Thursday announced the seizure of $130 million worth of virtual assets in connection with a global crackdown on cyber-enabled financial crimes and money laundering. The international police operation, dubbed Heihachi, transpired 975 individuals arrested. Holy crap. Oh man, that's a busy day. This compromised 2 fugitives wanted by South Korea for their involvement in a Ponzi scheme, whatever. I want more information about the actual, what they're doing here. Another instance pertained to a call center scam based out of India, wherein a group of criminals impersonated Interpol and Europol to trick victims into transferring funds. Like I just said, with like spoofing, man. The illegal activity informed the victims that their identities were stolen and crime pertaining to narcotic drugs were committed in their name. In order to clear themselves of suspicion, the victims were compelled to transfer assets through bank transfers. Dude, are you serious, man? All right. This further law enforcement, the probe specifically singled out a wide range of online financial crimes such as voice phishing, romance scams, sextortion, investment fraud, money laundering, and illegal online gambling. Some of the emerging cybercrime trends uncovered include variations of romance scams. Operation Heihachi comes exactly a year after Interpol publicized the arrest of more than 1,000 criminals and recovery of $27 million. Okay, you know what? Good. More good here. Let me do all the sound effects. Okay, so first of all, Chief Wiggum. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so that first of all. Second of all, $130 million of virtual assets. I'm a crypto evangelist. All right, ding! I'm a crypto evangelist. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so check this out. This isn't a real, like, again, way to go. Like, I feel like this is Christmas come early for me, guys, honestly. 975 people arrested, international cybercrime rings. Yes, that's awesome. These people should be brought to justice. People should be afraid to commit online crime and be held accountable, frankly. It's gross what's going on. Now, they talked about sextortion, they talked about romance scams, they talked about illegal gambling, and then just straight up fraud where they're saying that the crime's been committed, they're law enforcement, and you have to pay to get your name cleared, which I can't believe actually works. But you know what? If you scare someone with jail time or whatever, like actually, real people who aren't afraid or who are trying to be law-abiding citizens, well then, they'll make silly, rash decisions. I do find this wild that they were in India and Africa, in South Korea, and all these other countries. That's a massive coordinated effort. Just really quick, if you're not familiar, exactly, William Ayers, more scumbags in jail, the better. Exactly, dude. I'm 100% on board with that. Get the buses warmed up. Let's get them on there and let's go. So, sextortion. What is sextortion? It can manifest in several different ways. You can compel someone to, hey, like if you don't do hey, like you're gonna, like basic, right? Like, hey, like you missed jury duty, and this is gonna be unbelievable that this works. But like, hey, you missed jury duty. Send nudes, right? And I'll let you off the hook, right? Because I'm a bad person. And then you actually send the nudes, and then they say, hey, I've got the nudes of you, send more, or I'm going to expose the ones you've already sent me to your friend's family, employer, embarrass you, etc. And then it's just a vicious cycle. And then you could start extorting the person where you're like, pay me money, or I'm going to expose these, send me more, or I'm going to expose these, get your friends to send me nudes, or I'm going to expose these, right? So it's a really vile crime. But it happens, okay? And then romance scams. If you're interested, there is a very, very good documentary on YouTube. I think ABC News did it, but it's like a long form, like 25 minutes long, of romance scams in the country of Ghana, Ghana, Ghana. And they have like a really mature program down there. Like, it's almost like a trade down there, like if you're like looking to work or whatever, you can like apprentice into romance scams. They've got scripts, they've got the whole thing, and they interview these criminals like live, and like they show you all of their operation and how they do it and everything like that. It's pretty gross. So way to go for law enforcement. $130 million, that definitely hurts. So I'm hopeful that this continues to dismantle. I hope this continues to dismantle this level of crime because it's really gross. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, hey, all right. So now for the mid-roll. And because we don't have the CISA Series podcast, we don't have to listen to one of their commercials. So I just want to take a minute and thank everybody. I know that this is a old school version of the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Briefing. I know it's about 75% of the quality that you normally get. The look, feel is not as awesome as normal. The audio is not as awesome as normal. The stories aren't as awesome as normal. But this is me making it as best I can given the circumstances that I have at this moment. Thank you to Recon InfoSec and Barricade Cyber Solutions for their continued support of the stream. And thank you to the 88 of you who are here right now, hanging out, chilling, and doing what we're doing. I do want to remind everybody, if they're interested, purely if they're interested, if you want Simply Cyber merch, if this is something that you've been into, I Love NIST, Cyber, Coffee, Carl, and Audio, and then the classic Simply Cyber shirt that I'm actually wearing right now, coincidentally. Right now, everything in the store is 35% off, and I will be looking for a zip-up hoodie right after this for George Strasburger. Oh, thank you, Terrace. I appreciate that. Thanks, Gaming with the Cat. Crooklyn Steve, I appreciate that. Go to simplycyber.io/merch if you're interested in this deal. Let's get back to the news. New Windows Server updates cause domain controller freezes, restarts. Microsoft is investigating LSAS memory leaks caused by Windows Server updates released during the November patch Tuesday that might lead to freezes and restarts on some DCs. LSAS, short for Local Security Authority Subsystem Service, really just rolls off the tongue, is responsible for enforcing security policies on Windows systems, and it handles access token creation, password changes, and user logins. If the service crashes, logged in users immediately lose access to Windows accounts on the machine, and they're shown a system restart error followed by a reboot. LSAS might use more memory over time, and the DC might become unresponsive and restart. Let's see, 1 second. Redmond says that out-of-band Windows updates pushed out to address auth problems on Windows domain might also be affected by this. How do you fix it? Oh, Microsoft is working on a resolution and say it will provide an update. Well, this is gross. Oh, how convenient. Just keep scrolling and you get the fix. Workaround available. Until a fix is available, the company provides a temporary solution to allow IT admins to work. What's the workaround? Requires admins to set the full pack signature registry key to 0. Okay, hey, I'm going to put this in chat. I'm going to put this in chat really quick, guys. Here we go. I don't know if you guys can get that, but here's the deal. Here's the deal. Okay. Basically what's happening is, Windows machines, patches come out first Tuesday of the month. It's Patch Tuesday, no big deal. And apparently there are some domain controllers where there's a memory leak. So real quick, a memory leak is when, like services and processes, running programs, right? I'm trying to make this as basic as possible. They consume system resources, right? So like when you look at like, oh, my machine's sluggish, and you pull up Task Manager and you look at like consumed memory and stuff like that, well, they grab a certain amount of memory. Well, every once in a while, if it's not written right or it's not tested right or whatever, it will grab a little bit more memory, It's not that it necessarily needs the memory, but the process or the program thinks it needs more, or it's just iterating over like, oh, grab memory, start process, grab memory, start process. This is a memory leak. And obviously, if you go take a piece of pie and shove the pie in your mouth, and then you're like, oh, I'm supposed to go get a piece of pie. Eat a pie, eat a pie, eat a pie. Yes, you have a bellyache, but also at some point you'll have eaten all the pie. There will be no more pie. We will be sans pie, okay? In this case, pie is memory, and if you consume all the memory, when you go to grab more memory and there's none there, the system is going to the process is going to fail. And if it's a critical one, like LSAS, it could cause cascading problems, which it does in this case, right? So the domain controller basically takes a crap on itself, and it in order to save itself, it restarts like that. It's basically like hitting the panic button, right? Like, hits the panic button, restarts. Well, this obviously causes problems. They also said that if the LSAS fails, it'll immediately log people out of their Windows accounts, which totally stinks because obviously this impacts end users. So there is a workaround. I posted it in chat. You basically just change a registry key value to 0, which is a pretty easy workaround. But stay tuned for a patch on this, guys. And it'll basically there'll either be an out of band patch, or realistically, we're pretty close to Tuesday, December's patch Tuesday, so they'll probably push it into December's roll-up patch. If this was like, if everybody was having this problem, like hundreds of thousands of networks were taking a crap because their domain controllers were failing, Microsoft would prioritize this. But right now, it seems like it's not a widespread issue. So, you know, do what you will. Yeah, BSEC says hopefully they got someone other than a junior putting the patch in. Yeah, you do want to be. So guys, I will point this out, and BSEC brings up an interesting point. During the holidays, you might be running on a skeleton staff or junior staff, as senior people like flex their seniority and take time off to spend with family. The domain controller is not something you want to mess with. It's not really a big resource consuming server, but it is a very, very important system in your network, right? Most networks are Windows networks, right? Like I'd say like 95% of networks worldwide are Windows networks, and they all run a DC, right? You can have multiple DCs and stuff like that, or domain controllers. So you don't want to mess with it, right? If you're applying patches and stuff like that, you want to do it in a coordinated fashion. You don't want to patch all your DCs at the same time in case in case it fails, because you don't need that happening, right? So that now we're getting into like proper patch management and how you roll patches out and stuff like that. So anyways, just be mindful of this. Be mindful there's a workaround. If you're experiencing odd DC restarts and stuff like that, it's probably related to this. And if you haven't applied your November patches yet, then I guess you backed into being okay. Okay. All right, let's keep rolling. New Ransom X ransomware variant rewritten in the Rust programming language. You like my announcer voice, by the way? Okay. This looks like the ransom note for these people. The operators of Ransom X ransomware have become the latest to develop a new variant fully rewritten in the Rust programming language following other strains like Black Hat, Hive, and Luna. The latest version, dubbed Ransom X2 by the threat actor known as Hive 0091, is designed to run on the Linux operating system, although it's expected a Windows version will be released in the future. All right. Let's see what else they got in here. Malware written in Rust often benefits from lower AV detection, and that may be the primary reason they're using that language. Really? Okay. Ransom X functionality is similar to C++ predecessor. It takes a list of target directories to encrypt at the command line. Once executed, it recursively goes through each of the specified directories, encrypting with AES 256 and dropping a ransom note. All right. Here's the thing. A couple things here. Ransomware is ransomware is ransomware. Now, this threat actor group rewrote their ransomware from C++ to Rust. Now, they said it has lower AV detection. I don't think that's why they did it. Dude, you wouldn't, like, the freaking language it's written in doesn't have any, like, I don't know, correct me where I'm wrong. This is where I'm gonna disagree and put myself out there as a professional. The programming language doesn't have anything to do with AV detection, right? Like, you compile it, it gets compiled. period, end of story, unless Rust is some interpreted language and you're dropping scripts on, but I suspect it's it's a compiled program. So the AV doesn't look at the freaking source code, it looks at the behavior of it. So Rust, in this case, is doing the same thing it was doing before. It gets on, it takes what directories is a command line argument and recursively iterates over them, encrypting them with AES 256. Okay, so it does the same thing as it does before. The only reason, dude, that's a lot of effort to rewrite the damn ransomware in a different language. It's not AV. The only reason I would think is because it's faster. Rust executes way faster. I haven't done any performance or benchmarks or anything like that. I have heard it's much faster. So my suspicion is that by switching to Rust, they're able to iterate and encrypt more files faster than modern ransomware prevention techniques allow. Because a lot of so you might not know this, but like a lot of ransomware security technologies now are monitoring file systems. And if they start seeing encrypt, like if they start seeing a ransomware behavior, they will intercept that process and kill it, or they'll intercept where the files are and make it so that they can't be changed, right? There's a couple different techniques for handling ransomware, but that's how it goes. Now, it does take a moment for the system to identify that ransomware is detonating and then do something about it. With a faster language, I mean, it's just speed, right? So like, if it's like ding, 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 intercept. If it's ding, you can't intercept it, right? So that, to me, that's the only reason why Rust would do that, okay? Or that's the only reason you'd put in the effort to rewrite it in Rust. I'll go back and look at chat. If somebody, yeah, okay, so Joel Belton says Rust is a quick language. Yeah, if anyone wants to disagree, I'll go back and look at chat, whether or not Rust has lower AV detection. I think that that's absolute poppycock and not accurate. So, okay, let's keep rolling. Google pushes emergency Chrome update to fix 8th zero-day in 2022. Google has released an emergency security update for the desktop version of the Chrome web browser, addressing the 8th zero-day. High severity flaw is tracked as CVE, heap buffer overflow in the GPU. And this guy right here. Google is aware that an exploit exists in the wild. Okay, that's newsworthy. As users need time to apply the security update on their Chrome installation, Google has withheld details about the vuln to prevent expanding its malicious exploitation. In general, heap buffer overflows a memory vuln, resulting in data being written. Yeah, everybody knows that. Chrome users are recommended to upgrade to version 1070.534.124 for Windows and Mac. Okay, here's the deal with this. Couple things. One, don't do it now because we're all hanging out in stream here, but either set your Google Chrome to auto update or take a moment after the stream ends and update your Chrome. Educate your end users to update their Chrome. Two things. One, they said it's a high vulnerability heap overflow. I don't know if it they didn't get into the details of if it's what is the impact? Can it execute its system privileges? Can it take over your Chrome browser? Can it iterate? Can it get down into the operating system? It didn't get into those details, but they did say that there's an exploit out in the wild, which is concerning, right? A vulnerability is just a weakness. My front door can be unlocked, and that's a weakness, but no one's walking into my house, right? Now, if there's somebody actively in the neighborhood walking around trying doorknobs, well then now, there's someone's out there. Well, actually, that's not really an accurate metaphor. Okay, so my front door is locked, right? And that's fine, no big deal. But then there's reports that people in the neighborhood have had their door locked, but someone's walking around picking the door locks. Okay, so now we know for a fact that there is exploitation in the wild. There is an elevated risk of the compromise occurring, which means it's a more priority of getting these things updated. Now, if you have centralized management, if you're pushing out images to your end users, fix the image to have the Chrome updated, obviously. If you're, just, if you're home for the holidays and you also happen to be IT support for your family, which many of us are, just take a minute and update the Chrome. Okay, guys, we don't want anyone getting exploited by this. We don't know how widespread it is right now, but Google is saying, obviously Google's keeping it quiet. The fact that Google's not sharing a lot about this vulnerability leads me to believe that this is a vulnerability that is relatively easy to exploit, okay? Typically, the more sophisticated ones, they'll share more information because they're like, there's no way in hell someone's going to get this before we send out the patches and stuff like that. But that aside, Google Chrome is used by a lot of people. I use Google Chrome. The more adopted a technology is, the more likely threat actors are going to target it. It is called return on investment. If I spend a ton of time making malware run on Windows, I'm going to get to use it a lot. If I do a ton of time to make malware that runs on CentOS, you know what I mean? I'm not going to get as much value out of that, right? It's basic economics, right? So Chrome's used by quite a bit, and that's the deal. Yeah, exactly. TLDR. Now, I do want to mention I'm doing all the sound effects today, so yeet. You can yeet your Chrome for Brave, as BSEC has mentioned here in chat. All right, final story, y'all. Hold on, did we already read this story? Oh yeah, this is another. This is like the same story we already read, so I'm not going to read that. Really quickly, I do want to share with everybody on December 2nd. December 2nd, so a week from today, he says, questioning himself. I think it's a week from today. A week from today at 4:30 p.m., please join us. I am starting a new program, a new show. It'll be I think it'll be once a month. And it's going to be called Simply Cyber Office Hours, or Simply Cyber After Dark, or Simply Cyber Happy Hour. We're going to decide on this show what the name of the episode is. But basically, here's the deal of this show. It's going to be super relaxed. It's going to be like this version of Jerry. We're going to have guest hosts, like recurring hosts, like BSEC's going to be there. Jack Scott has agreed. Base Case might be there. We've got a bunch of people, and it's going to be super chill. And it's going to be like a talk show radio call-in program, right? So we'll be on there sharing our hot takes, and then you guys will make part of the show as well. So we'll have it set up. You can jump in, give your hot take on whatever it is you want to give a take on. We'll drop you, and then we'll bring in another person. They can give a hot take. We'll discuss the hot takes. We'll be let's talk about, I don't know, let's talk about ransomware, or let's talk about threat actors, or let's talk about IoT devices and why they suck, right? Whatever it is, we'll be talking about a topic, and if you have a take on that topic, we want to hear it from you. It'll be like a call-in, except it'll be different, okay? So it's going to be fun. I look forward to it, and I hope you do too. I want it to be chill. Plus, also in that first episode, we will be defining what the name of the show is. So very much a community-driven thing. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for the episode. If you were here just for the news and the manual sound effects, I genuinely appreciate it. I hope you got value out of the stream. Hit thumbs up if you want, or not. It's okay. I'll be in my normal studio on starting Monday next week. Back to life, back to reality. But if you want to hang out for a minute, I'd love to just chat with everybody. I wasn't able to really watch chat as I was producing the show, and we'll see what's up. Hey, Adam, good to see you. History of cybersecurity, that can definitely be a lot of fun. Yeet. Phantom 89X only lands. What was the question BSEC asked? Gonna have a party next Friday. Yes, we are. Wonder if it's just Chrome or Chromium-based browsers there for Edge as well. That's a good question, BSEC. Let's take a look and see if the story actually covers it. Chromium. No, there's no instance of the word Chromium. Is there a CVE for this thing? Yeah, here, let's just check this. This is how I would do this, by the way, if you want to see my methodology. There They don't have a score yet for it, which means, like, yeah, I mean, there's really not much to it. It says Chromium security vulnerability high. Yeah, this looks like it does affect Chromium. So good question, BSEC. Let me zoom in on this baby. There we go. All right. Great job with the sound effects today. Thanks, John Bruno. I appreciate it. Awesome show today, always. Thanks, Dr. Auger in the community. Jim Wales, thank you, man. It's good times. If I missed a sound effect, I'm sorry. Oh, Kimberly, straight cash, homie. I should have dropped a Randy in there. I'm sorry, Kimberly. Always thinking of you when I'm dropping the Randys. I hope you guys. Any Black Friday deals anyone knows about that's worth sharing? I mean, I'm not big on the Black Friday stuff, but it is interesting. Great show today. Thanks, Anisha Sanders. Thanks, Casey. My pleasure. My pleasure. You know what I appreciate? I appreciate that. Do you remember, like, guys, like 10 years ago, Black Friday used to be like insane. Like, people would go out at midnight. People were getting trampled at like Target and Walmart. Like, I'm so glad we've gotten away from that. It's funny that Black Friday starts in like October now, and it basically runs for a month. But I do appreciate that people don't get hurt anymore, because that was really bad back then. AirPod Pros are on sale. Oh, that's good. I don't like my AirPods. I have AirPods. I try to use them. I want to use them because I think they're cool, but they suck. That's my personal take on it. IT Pro TVs, 45% off. Dang, Matthew Dimmick. I talked to Daniel Lowry. I was on IT Pro TV a couple weeks ago as a guest. And Daniel Lowry told me he actually just wrapped up a reverse engineering IoT devices course on IT Pro TV, and he told me what was in the course, and I was like, shit, like, I want to do that course. It sounds cool. It's like hardware hacking and stuff. No Starch Press is having a Black Friday sale. Jenny Housley, No Starch Press, Black Friday. Let's look at that really quickly, because I like No Starch Press quite a bit. 35% off with code HOLA deals. I like that. Guys, you know who's got a No Starch Press book? Social engineer. Joe Gray. This one right here. Yeah, Joe Gray's book. This guy right here. I might buy this book, y'all. This guy's legit. He's a legit OSINT guy. He runs the OSINTion. But anyways, I recommend this book. I might buy this. Thanks, Jenny Housley, for the recommendation. Thanks, Lucy Samuel. My pleasure. Hey, Alfredo. Yeah, I used to do all my shopping on Black Friday and get it done in a day. That's right. Displate has a nice sale going. I'm not familiar with Displate. What is that? Displate? Metal posters? Oh. Holy crap, look at this. Dang, son. Wow. Holy crap, that's... Oh, wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. I don't know. I kind of like the monkey looking this one. This is kind of funny. Grumpy Cat's in here. It wasn't a hot mess. Good stream today. Oh, thanks, BSEC. I tried to make it the best I could. Did you hear about Hackers Arise? Question. Occupy the Web has good books for Black Friday. Hackers Arise? Question. My pleasure, Shane Himes. Good to see you. What are your top 3 best cyber books to read so I can rack up on Black Friday? Oh, that's a good question. Well, it depends what you're into, but I will say, well, okay, so a couple things. One, Nicole Pelroth's current book, This Is How They Tell Me the World Ends, is really good. This is how they tell me the world ends, cyber weapons race. I'm currently reading this right now. I'm currently reading this. You can see I bought it on the 3rd. This book is fantastic, okay? This book is really, really fantastic. It's true. It's written like a spy thriller. That's really good. You know, another seminal one, Cuckoo's Egg by Cliff Soul. This one's right here is really good. This Cuckoo's Egg, this is a true story, also written like a thriller. And then as far as another book that this is like kind of a sleepy pick, right? But I love this book. Okay, it's a textbook. My wife thinks I'm insane because it's a textbook, and I love this book. But this is called Principles of Fraud Examination. It's a textbook, but it literally is a complete... Joseph Wells, if Jim Lund's in chat, he'll know what I'm talking about. Joseph Wells is considered like the certified fraud examiner in the industry. And this book right here walks you through every single version of fraud that there is to commit. Like not just computer fraud, but like financial fraud. Every conceivable way to do it. And for every form of fraud, the book itself has like 3 or 4 real life case studies of when that fraud was detected. It's awesome. It's awesome. Building a second brain. Oh my God. So yeah, guys, Tiago Forte's book, Building a Second Brain, you're going to see, yeah, you're definitely going to see purchased on whatever date, right? Oh, I guess, I definitely have bought this. I guess I didn't buy it through Amazon. This book is in my library. This book is awesome, but this is a book on how to structure your life with data, right? I use this methodology. A lot of people use this methodology. The reason that I'm able to like pull stuff, pull examples, pull case study, move fast. Like a lot of people ask me, how do you do so much crap? Like how do you accomplish all this crap that you do? Like one of the reasons is because I use this method in order to organize everything, so I have quick access to stuff all the time. It's really cool. Sandworm is on my reading list, but I haven't got to it yet. Joe Wells, retired FBI agent. Yeah, Jim Lund knows what's up. The Principles of Fraud Examination isn't for everybody, but for me personally, I am not really good at thinking like a criminal. I'm almost a conformist, right? So being able to read how to commit fraud is actually really fascinating to me because it's eye-opening. It makes me think in creative and novel ways and understand how people went from A to B to X and do that. So that's why I enjoy it. Again, much love to Base Case for this flag. Like Base, I totally appreciate it if you see this. Is PhD dissertation available for people to read? Absolutely. Let me pull that. I'll put it in chat. The title of my dissertation was Flashlight in a Dark Room. Auger. Yeah. Here's my dissertation if you guys want to read it. I got a PhD for it. Let me drop it in chat here. I do want to say 921 people have downloaded it. That's pretty cool. Thanks, guys. Here's my chair, Kyle. I did get it from Dakota State University. And for those of you who know me, like I love the midnight. In my, when you write a dissertation, typically you write like a thank you page at the beginning. I thank my wife, obviously. I thank my wife, and then I thank the midnight. I listened to a lot of the midnight. Dude, getting a dissertation is a very lonely, a very hard journey. Like the PhD, the classes aren't, I mean, the classes are hard, but they're not like, it's like a master's. It's just, you just do the work and you get it done and you move on. The dissertation took me 18 months to write, and it is incredibly lonely, like lonely, and only you can help yourself. That's why a lot of people don't finish the dissertation. Those people are called ABD, all but dissertation. A lot of people will finish the coursework and then fail to complete the dissertation just because it's so emotionally, it's hard, guys. It's very hard. The guy from Hackers Arise needs to update the Linux Basic for Hackers book. Hey, Kimberly, good to see you. Cybersecurity Central has a really good book list on their website under resources. Let's go look, shall we? Cybersecurity Central.org. Great organization, guys. If you don't know about Cybersecurity Central, go check it out. Kimberly and the gang over there, they do wonderful work. Let's find out where these books are. InfoSec books. Oh, come on. Yes, look at this. Cybersecurity Career Master Plan. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's a book I wrote with Jack Scott, John Helmus, and Kim Wynn. Very proud of that book. There's actually, guys, spoiler alert, there's an Audible version of that book coming out probably in early 2023. Yeah, Natural Me. I'm assuming based on your comment, you have a doctorate also. You definitely understand. Oh, I see your comment here. Earned my doctorate as well. Yeah, Natural knows. It's worth it. It's very rewarding when you get it because you put it. It's like anything else. You put in a lot of yourself, and when you finally achieve the goal, it's relief. It's exhilarating. It's accomplishing. It's a very difficult challenge. So it's a test of yourself. Oh, Kimberly, I should have gone right to this page. You've got all the ones that I'm talking about here. Open Source Techniques, that's a really cool book. Pen Tester Blueprint, Corporate Fraud by Joe Wells. Dude, what a great list. What a great list. And then look at all these YouTubers. This is so cool. What a great resource, guys. Cybersecuritycentral.org. Come check it out. This is a great resource. Jenny Housley, thanks for the work you do with Cybersecurity Central. To James Driscoll. Yeah, James, Kimberly. There's a whole bunch of great people who are supporting it. Countdown to 0 Day is fantastic. Right there. Stuxnet. Yeah. You guys can get, I know another seminal work that I've been told about, I haven't read it yet, is the Stuxnet report from, damn it. Who is the, Symantec? Is this it? Yes. So guys, this looks like a boring A report. I have been told by multiple people who are in the know that this Symantec report was like what launched the investigation. Like this is comprehensive and fully explains how Stuxnet had like 7 0 days and how it moved and everything like that. I'm gonna drop this in chat. Add this to your reading list and it's absolutely free. This is out there. If you Google Stuxnet Symantec, it'll be the first one. I've been told that this is excellent. We need a running list of books, Dr. Jerry. Yeah, heck yeah. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. Yeah, audiobooks are good. I haven't gotten into audiobooks, but I think I would appreciate them. I don't know why I read. Actually, you know what I'm reading right now? I can't get it because it's holding the flag up, but you can kind of see it peaking. I actually got V for Vendetta. It's like a little bit of, whatever for me, but where is it? Let me see really quickly. I like the movie. I don't know why it says it doesn't say I bought it, but I like the movie, and I heard people talking about it recently that they said that, like everything else, the book is better than the movie, and there's things that happen in the book that didn't include it. And I was looking for, I don't know, just something a little bit more entertaining. 99% of the time I'm doing something that helps me execute my job, but every once in a while I like, something that's on brand but also entertaining. So this is more about authoritarianism, revolution, etc. So, I'm reading that as well right now. What's up, Steve G? Uachua, absolutely Uachua. I don't know why, but when you said Stux, the first I heard was stonks. Yeah, pump the stock. Simply Cyber, what was the page you went to if you could drop the URL? Are you Steve? Are you talking about the Stuxnet paper? If you're talking about the Stuxnet paper, there's the Stuxnet. If not, tell me in chat what you want. Oh, Cybersecurity Central? Yeah, no problem. There we go. That's what I loved about Sandworm, and it's written in an entertaining way. Yeah, that's the best part, guys. If you want to get some adoption and some interest, you've got to write it in like a compelling way. And dude, like cyber stuff is so cool. Like it's easy to write it in a compelling way. Yeah, my pleasure, Steve. Good to see you. Drop these in Discord too. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, you know what's interesting? Recon InfoSec's Thursday Defensive, I don't know what technology they have, but like any URL that's dropped in chat, there's like a software that's running that captures all of those and then will post them to Discord automatically. That would be really cool if we had that functionality. Oh, actually, Grayson's joke of the day. I'm sorry, guys. I do have Grayson's joke of the day if you're still with us. Okay, so we had Thanksgiving dinner yesterday, and Grayson brought a teddy bear to the dinner table, and we ate dinner and everything like that. And it was time for pie, and it was like, Grayson, do you want some pie? He said, absolutely. And we said, Grayson, does your teddy bear want some pie? He said, no, he's stuffed. That was Grayson's joke. That was Grayson's joke of the day. He signed off on it. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Sorry I missed it for the main population of folks, but that's Grayson's joke of the day. Now, Dennis, a cybersecurity joke, huh? I don't know a cybersecurity joke off the top of my head. But I mean, obviously there's the classic tech jokes, right? I'd tell you a joke about UDP, but you might not get it. That's always like my go-to one. Jenny Housley, Jenny, so guys, I played Haiku on stream last Monday, and we did like 99% of a CTF or of a range, and we didn't get the flag at the very end. And Jenny got it right afterwards, but I still am frustrated that I didn't get that. Like, I don't know where it was, Jenny. Thanks, Chinadu. It is dad humor. Yeah, love it, love it, love it. I'll be driving back tomorrow. We'll stay here today. We'll be driving back tomorrow. We have a tradition in our family. We come here for Thanksgiving, and then we drive back on Saturday. I go into the attic on Saturday night and pull all the Christmas crap down, and then Sunday is tree decorations. Like, we basically Christmasify our house, and then we're off and running. Yeah. All right. All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. Just to give you guys some updates, since we're hanging out, if you're interested, I'm going to tell you what's coming up for Simply Cyber guests on the Simply Cyber Live. So actually, December 1st, I don't have a guest, which is surprising. If there's any guests you'd like, I could try to track them down, and like accessible guests. Like, I've asked Jen Easterly, she's not returning my calls. I've asked a couple other people, and I haven't heard back yet. I don't know. We could do something. But next Thursday I don't have a stream. On Thursday, December 8th, we're actually having Brandon Poole come on, and he's actually, like, the title of his guest visit is "Your Vulnerability Management Program Sucks." And he's going to explain why your vulnerability management program sucks, and then he's going to actually explain how he fixes it, okay? That's actually going to be a really fun stream. On Thursday, December 15th, I'm having Bryson Bort on. If you guys don't know who Bryson Bort is, look him up. He runs Scythe. He runs Grim. He is a OG kind of elder statesman of the information security community. You may recognize him. He's always wearing like a unicorn hoodie, a hoodie with like a unicorn head on it. That's his kind of like not trademark, but that's like his thing, right? Like that's how people identify him. He's coming on. That's going to be like a fireside chat. The guy's been around a very long time. The guy knows an awful lot of information security. I'm pretty sure he was like an advanced operator when he was in the military. So I'm super excited. That talk I booked out like 3 months ago and just recently confirmed it. On Thursday, December 22nd, Mick Douglas will come on. Mick is a senior SANS fellow. He's on Twitter. He's actually got a lot of hot takes. Love him. His personality, his attitude is awesome. On Thursday, December 29th, Alyssa Knight is coming on to talk about, all sorts of great stuff, including a big reveal. You'll want to catch that. Guys, I've got some juggernauts coming on. Bryson Bort, Mick Douglas, Alyssa Knight. Like, who am I? Holy crap. Starting the new year, January 5th, we're going to have Peter Huff, which is a guy I met in Houston at a conference, talking all about API security, right? So that's what we'll be doing on that. And then on January 12th, Evan Ottinger, who's the web dev at TCM Security, is going to come on and talk about actual web development security and software security. I'm trying to be an equal opportunity podcaster here by covering the full spectrum of content. And then the final one I'll share with you, January 19th, we are having a talk with a guy named Ian, who owns his own company, very smart guy. He teaches, he's in a PhD program. The title of that show is going to be Zero to Cybersecurity Startup in 90 Days. He's literally going to tell us, if you have an idea for a startup and you're feeling entrepreneurial, he is going to tell us how he went and got investor dollars, how he stood up his company, how he executed it, how he got staff. So dude, if you are even considering starting your own business in the cybersecurity space, Ian's going to tell you literally exactly how to do it. That might be a show that I record, cut up, and provide as a produced video, because he's done it multiple times now. He knows exactly how to do it. So I'm super pumped about that upcoming show. Yeah, Aaron, I'm still streaming. There's 60 of us in here. We had a good show, and now I'm just kind of hanging out because it's the holiday. Everyone's over at Mastodon. That's right. What did the hackers out of office? I should say gone fishing. That's great. That's funny. Hold on one second. All right. Yeah, I'm still on Twitter. All right, guys. Hey, let me let you go. I'm getting door knocks here. My kids are probably hungry for breakfast. I'm going to go take care of them. It's been wonderful. Thanks for catching the stream. Thanks for, with the grace of the diminished show. Hopefully you enjoyed the callback to the OG format and OG graphics. Be good, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Monday morning, 8 a.m. Cheers, everybody.